Hello and welcome to my new series of videos. I would like to share with you a couple of practice ideas. Today I'm going to show you a warm-up routine. This is a routine that I do pretty much every time I start to practice, or if I just have a couple of minutes before a concert to get the rust out of the fingers of the left hand. So it's really an exercise that you can use your whole life long. And it's also suitable if you're a beginner. So it's really something for every bass player, I would say. So the idea is the following. We are in the lowest possible position where your index finger will press a G sharp on the G string. And now we have 4 note possibilities to play. The open string, G, with the index finger G sharp, with the middle finger A, and then with the little finger A sharp or B flat. And the idea is that we will play all the combinations of these 4 notes. How many combinations do we have? The mathematicians among you will be very fast. 4 times 3 times 2, that makes 24 possibilities. So, just to explain it, the first possibility would be, then I keep the first 2 and swap the 2 at the end, and so on. So basically the first one is the second one, the third one, and then. So that's the basic principle. And now I'm going to play the whole exercise, the basic exercise, with a metronome set to 92. If you like, you can play along with me. I will play 8 notes and I will play each possibility 2 times. If that's too fast for you, start with quarter notes or a slow tempo, of course. This one. Now we start with the middle finger. Now we start with the little finger. Please pay very much attention when you do this. Please pay attention when you do this, that your fingers don't look like this. They should always be close to the strings, but we will talk about this in another lesson, so something like this. And always watch out that your elbow of the left arm is up here and not like this. It should be here. So now I would like to show a couple of variations of this exercise. The first very logical variation would be to play this on other strings. Personally, I only practice this on the G and on the D string. On the other strings, if it feels good for you, it's of course okay to do it. But For me, I have the feeling that it really gets tough up here and that my muscles tend to get tense if I do this exercise on the E or A strings. And this is an important rule for always. If ever some exercise makes you feel tense, or if an exercise provokes some pain, then stop it immediately. This is wrong. You should never feel pain when you practice. The next variation of this exercise has to do with the rhythmic aspect. I've now put the metronome on 84, and I will just show you the idea and explain it afterwards. And then, of course, all the other combinations. So the idea is, I first play 2 times like I just did before in 8th notes. Then I play triplets over the metronome. So if you have 8th note triplets on a quarter metronome, you have 12 notes per bar. And since I always have 4 notes in each pattern, we have 3 times the pattern in each bar with an interesting displacement. So it's da do di da 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 do di da 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 da. Okay, excuse my singing, but I hope you understand what I mean. And then the next step is 16th notes. So for that, of course, you have 16 notes in a bar and you play 4 times the pattern. So let me show you this again with another pattern. Okay. The next variation I have is that I play this in the thumb position. And here, of course, I don't use an open string. I will use the thumb for the G. So I will play the first bars of this exercise with also the variation before. It will sound like this. And so on. Of course, playing this in the thumb position is more an advanced exercise. So it's a little bit up to you to decide which variation of this exercise is good for your level. The next variation possibility would be with the bow. And of course, now the big question is, which bow pattern would you use? I wouldn't do something like this. I would rather try to play long bow strokes, maybe even play 2 times each pattern on 1 long bow. So it would look like this. And so on. And of course, you can also include all the other variations with the bow. So, for instance, and then, of course, you should play all the other combinations with the bow. You can also play the bow thing in the thumb position. So there's a lot of work. Don't try everything right now. I guess it's more some stuff that you can spread over the upcoming months. Oh, and I nearly forgot one more variation. When you're practicing with the metronome, what you can do, but I will talk about this in another lesson, is to turn the metronome around. What I mean is that the sound that you hear from the metronome is no longer the on beat, it's the eighths off beat. So it would be like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Please begin just with the first exercise that I played at the beginning, and then you can go on from that. I hope you liked this lesson. If you have any question about this, or if you have any suggestions concerning topics that I might handle in these lessons, leave me a comment and I would be happy to read from you. And if you like this, please subscribe. Thank you. Bye bye.